Okay, so I found something wild this week, and I literally could not wait to talk about it.
Hel- Welcome back to Locally Hosted, where we cover AI, machine learning, developer tools, and tech infrastructure.
GitHub just launched Agentic Workflows. It lets you run AI agents like Claude or Codex directly in GitHub Actions.
And here's the kicker. You write these workflows in plain Markdown, not complex YAML scripts.
Wait, plain Markdown? That sounds too easy. Is it actually secure?
That's the main selling point. They call it Actions Agent Safety. It uses sandboxed execution by default.
Sandboxed. So the agent can't just delete my production database?
Exactly. The defaults are read-only. Any writes have to be explicitly allowed and verified. It's a huge shift.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work? Walk me through the setup.
First, you install the GHOS CLI extension. No GitHub token required for the install itself.
That's convenient. Then what? Do I have to configure a bunch of JSON files?
Nope. You run GHA init. It configures the repository for you automatically. Super low friction.
Nice. And then I can just add a workflow, like a daily status check?
Yes. GHA CLI add create pull request creates a daily summary of issues and PRs automatically.
So it summarizes the repo health every day? That saves so much manual checking.
Right. And you pick your engine via the quick start selector, Copilot, Claude, Codex, or Gemini.
I see options for setting API keys as repository secrets. That's standard but important.
It is. For example, if you choose Claude, you set the Tanthropic API key secret in your repo settings.
And for OpenAI Codex, it's the OpenAI API key? Simple enough.
Correct. Each engine is just a configuration choice. The workflow structure stays the same.
But here's where it gets even crazier. What happens if something goes wrong?
Good question. Because of the sandbox, errors are contained. It can't escape the workflow environment.
That gives me confidence to try this on a real project instead of just toy repos.
Exactly. The guardrails are built in. You get safe outputs for writes, meaning it proposes changes, doesn't force them blindly.
So it creates a pull request. That's the standard GitHub way to handle code changes safely.
Yes. Usually via create pull request, you review the agent's work before merging. Human in the loop.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work under the hood?
It runs inside GitHub Actions runners, so you get all the existing CI/CD infrastructure for free.
That means no new servers to manage, just plug into your existing repo?
Precisely. It's an extension to GHOS, not a separate platform. Very integrated ecosystem play.
I'm looking at the docs now. Wait, why are versions 0.68.4 through 0.71.3 being retired?
Ooh, important detail. There was a bug impacting billing. You need to upgrade to the latest release ASAP.
Billing bugs? That's scary for automated agents running continuously. Good thing they caught it.
Very good catch. If you're on those versions, patch immediately. Otherwise, stick to the latest stable version.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
It interprets your Markdown instructions as workflow steps. The agent executes them in sequence within the sandbox.
So I write a plan in Markdown and the AI follows it? That's powerful.
Exactly. You define the logic. The AI handles the coding or summarization tasks specified.
This feels like the future of DevOps. Less config, more intent.
It is. It abstracts away the complexity of orchestrating multiple AI models across your CI pipeline.
But here's the wild part. Can I chain different agents together?
The framework supports switching engines per step, so you could use Claude for analysis and Codex for coding.
That's flexibility right there. Best tool for each job, automatically.
Yes. It's not locked into one provider. You pay for what you use per engine, but manage it centrally.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
It interprets your Markdown instructions as workflow steps. The agent executes them in sequence within the sandbox.
So I write a plan in Markdown and the AI follows it? That's powerful.
Exactly. You define the logic. The AI handles the coding or summarization tasks specified.
This feels like the future of DevOps. Less config, more intent.
It is. It abstracts away the complexity of orchestrating multiple AI models across your CI pipeline.
But here's the wild part. Can I chain different agents together?
The framework supports switching engines per step, so you could use Claude for analysis and Codex for coding.
That's flexibility right there. Best tool for each job, automatically.
Yes. It's not locked into one provider. You pay for what you use per engine, but manage it centrally.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
That interprets your Markdown instructions as workflow steps. The agent executes them in sequence within the sandbox.
So I write a plan in Markdown and the AI follows it? That's powerful.
Exactly. You define the logic. The AI handles the coding or summarization tasks specified.
This feels like the future of DevOps. Less config, more intent.
It is. It abstracts away the complexity of orchestrating multiple AI models across your CI pipeline.
But here's the wild part. Can I chain different agents together?
The framework supports switching engines per step, so you could use Claude for analysis and Codex for coding.
That's flexibility right there. Best tool for each job, automatically.
Yes, it's not locked into one provider. You pay for what you use per engine, but manage it centrally.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
That interprets your Markdown instructions as workflow steps. The agent executes them in sequence within the sandbox.
So I write a plan in Markdown and the AI follows it? That's powerful.
Exactly. You define the logic. The AI handles the coding or summarization tasks specified.
This feels like the future of DevOps. Less config, more intent.
It is. It abstracts away the complexity of orchestrating multiple AI models across your CI pipeline.
But here's the wild part. Can I chain different agents together?
The framework supports switching engines per step, so you could use Claude for analysis and Codex for coding.
That's flexibility right there. Best tool for each job, automatically.
Yes, it's not locked into one provider. You pay for what you use per engine, but manage it centrally.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
That interprets your Markdown instructions as workflow steps. The agent executes them in sequence within the sandbox.
So I write a plan in Markdown and the AI follows it? That's powerful.
Exactly. You define the logic. The AI handles the coding or summarization tasks specified.
This feels like the future of DevOps. Less config, more intent.
It is. It abstracts away the complexity of orchestrating multiple AI models across your CI pipeline.
But here's the wild part. Can I chain different agents together?
The framework supports switching engines per step, so you could use Claude for analysis and Codex for coding.
That's flexibility right there. Best tool for each job, automatically.
Yes, it's not locked into one provider. You pay for what you use per engine, but manage it centrally.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
The CLI generates the necessary YAML under the hood, keeping your intent in Markdown.
So I get the best of both worlds? Readable docs and executable power?
Yes, that's the genius of this approach. Abstraction without losing control.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
It connects your repository context to the AI agent via secure, scoped API keys.
And everything runs safely in GitHub's cloud? No local setup headaches?
Correct. It's a managed service experience built on top of existing infrastructure.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
It interprets your Markdown as instructions, executes them in the sandbox, and reports back via PRs.
This is basically an AI-powered DevOps assistant living in my repo.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's always there, working in the background.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
By standardizing the interface across different AI engines, reducing fragmentation in your stack.
Less integration pain, more actual development time. That's the win here.
Exactly. Focus on your product. Let the agent handle the boilerplate and maintenance.
Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
Through simple CLI commands that bootstrap the entire environment in seconds.
And I can start with a daily status check to ease into it? Yes. It's the perfect low-risk starting point. You'll see immediate value. Okay, so that's the what, but how does it actually work?
By utilizing GitHub Action's robust execution engine, with added AI-specific safety layers.
This is a game changer for repo maintenance. I'm installing it right now.
Do. And don't forget to upgrade if you're on the affected versions.
All right, that's all we got this week. If this blew your mind, come back next time, we'll probably break it again.
Subscribe to Locally Hosted for more deep dives. Original source is linked in the description.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.